we doing, YouTube? Stevie here. Oh, I'll take my glasses off. Oh. From the Volvo. From the cab of the Volvo. How's that look? Looks kind of dark, maybe. How's this? We turn this light off over here. That's no better. What if we turn the big light off up top? What does that do? Actually, I think that's probably better. I don't have the glare off my big forehead. I could probably open this window up a little bit. Give a little bit more light in here. Oh, and then I won't be tempted to look outside. I better close that because I will be tempted to look outside. And then that's distracting. Oh, anyways, what is the day? Today is Wednesday, October 18th or 19th or something like that. 19th, I think. 18th, I think. 18th or 19th. Actually, it might be the 19th because I think the 21st is on Thursday or Friday. Anyway, something like that. Been a bad, rough a couple of weeks. I shouldn't say rough. I hit a deer a couple of weeks ago, about a week and a half ago on Monday night. A week ago Monday. Heading north of Terre Haute a little bit, and I'm looking for something in my thing here. My back scratcher. My back just... Okay. Yeah, hit an old doe. Never seen her. Never, not one. I mean, it was about 8:30 at night anyway, but, so it was plenty dark, but, yeah, never. When I seen her, she was in front of the grill. And luckily, she didn't break the hood or any of the headlights or any of that, or the grill. There's a piece of plastic on the bottom of these Volvos in the center. She busted that out and knocked the bottom of the radiator out, and the coolant one of the coolant things for the air conditioning. But so it got ended up with a new radiator and that new plastic piece. The only thing I noticed that they didn't fix, that they didn't know to fix, was when I go down the road now, my headlights, they kind of bounce. The light, I mean, up ahead of me, I see it bouncing up and down on the signs. So something is still loose in there or broken. So this weekend I'm going to leave the truck at the yard, and hopefully they can. I tried to feel in the front. I didn't feel like the headlight bucket, wasn't loose, or I couldn't see anything feel anything that was loose. I don't know exactly what it is, but I don't want those headlights bouncing up and down. First of all, I think it's a distraction probably for other drivers. The other thing is, I'm afraid that I'll be in construction or something, and a truck wanting to move over will think I blink my brights at him, and then he'll take off my hood. So that would be no good. So I'll get that fixed. Now I got my cars all in the wrong spot. I had to get an Uber down to where my car was, and now my car is up at the yard instead of being at low where I want it. But no big federal case. And the boys did a real good job at the shop. Usually I give them guys a cussing, not the boys in the shop, but the boys in the office. And I have to say though, and this wasn't their fault. It happened Monday night at 8:30, so I called after hours, and that's you're not going to get any satisfaction with that. So they said, call back in the morning. I was off the road. So call back in the morning when the shop's in, and I called them, and of course they wanted pictures, and I'd walked away from the truck because I was going to get the license plate because I figured they were going to want the license plate, so the others didn't have to order it, and it'd be weeks before they got it. So I walked about a mile back from where the incident happened and found the license plate in the grass. Well, anyway, that's when they called me, was when I was walking back to get the license plate. Anyway, so I took pictures. Now, why they had to have pictures to get it sent home, I don't know, but they did. And I was giving them a cussing for not doing it, but They called the wrecker by 9 o'clock. They don't get in the office till 7:30 or 8. And the wrecker guy said he had the call by 9, but he didn't get there till like 2:30 in the afternoon. Oh, yeah. Now, I was north of Terre Haute. That's a couple, 3 hours from the yard. So, and that's where they wanted the truck at, was at the yard. So, long story short, I didn't get back to the yard then. I happened on Monday night. I didn't get back to the yard till Tuesday night. And then I just stayed in the truck Tuesday night, and then make sure it got in the shop okay, or would, was there in case they needed anything. And then I had to fill out an accident thing for safety, and then figure out Uber. I never Ubered before, so I had to figure out how that all worked, and get a ride back down to my hot rod there. So really, I didn't get home till Tuesday midday, early afternoon, or Wednesday, I mean. And they called me Thursday evening about quitting time, 4 or 5 o'clock. I said, your truck is done. So I can't complain about that. The shop did a good job. The boys in the office did a good job. And I could have worked Friday, but I didn't. So I was really only worked 1 day last week. But, and then this week, I started off kind of out of sync. I didn't run quite down as far as I should have on Sunday night, but I was just beat tired, and I didn't go as far as I should have. And then I've ended up having kind of far away from Evansville reloads, Henderson twice, Mount Vernon, and so it's really mucked up my week. So, but I went to Henderson tonight. I'm starting a truck stop in Evansville tonight. I should have been back almost home. I almost could have made it home. Let's see what time this. I think this cuts off at 10 minutes when you do this like this, but should have been back home. But I get down there to one of my normal shippers in Henderson, and the product wasn't ready, and it wasn't supposed to even ship until tomorrow anyway. So that was bad on multiple counts. So I ended up staying down here tonight, and the broker gave me 150 truck order not used, so that was good. And then, but I really want to haul this load because it's going to a place that's only about 12 miles from my house. So I want to see how many of these loads they have, and then I can get more of them, hopefully. Because it pays pretty good to go back right to my house instead of going to the yard, and I can maybe just do 3 loops instead of having to try to run 4 or 5. But we're still working on all that. So long story short, I ended up staying the night down here in Evansville, driving back up from Henderson, and getting up here to where the pilot is and the Flying J, because I didn't want to. Well, there really isn't any place to park that I know about in Henderson. And then if I'm up here at Pilot, I can take a shower. And I did eat something I probably shouldn't have ate. I had a Denny's. And I should have just had breakfast, and I did. And I had a dinner, and I can already feel the heartburn a little bit. And I did pretty good, no Coke this week, so that's good. And watch what I eat until tonight. But I did a bunch of steps in the parking lot, so that was good. So anyway, this thing's probably going to cut off here in another minute and a half. But I'm trying to do more content. I just have been lazy and haven't done it. But otherwise, everything's going pretty good. Just regular old trucking, And freight rates are a little off, and volume is off. The volume is the problem. The rates aren't so much the problem as the volume is off. I don't have nearly as many loads out of Evansville here as I normally would have. So, and I was talking to another guy when I was eating dinner there at the counter, and he said the same thing with his company. They don't have nearly the freight that they usually have. So that's not so good. Where are we at? 9:20. I'm going to keep talking until this thing shuts off. It should probably shut off in 40 more seconds, I think. So I'm going to test that, but I'm pretty sure it shuts off when you do this Creator Studio. I should have grabbed my laptop, but I didn't plan on being in the truck all week, actually. Matter of fact, I plan on being home 1 or 2 nights already, and it just hasn't worked out. I got to get my cars removed around and stuff, and have them where they need to be. But anyway, so if this thing shuts off here in a couple seconds, God bless everybody. We'll talk again soon. I'll try to not be so late on getting these things done. So God bless.